now that The Flash has screened at Cinemacon with critics and influencers and fans alike, undoubtedly spoilers would get leaked. As critics and fans have sung high praise for the Flash movie, leaks have dropped. And even though I won't get into the plot details because I feel like I've talked about a lot of that before and it seemed pretty true. But what a lot of fans are interested in are the cameos that are going to appear in this movie. And so if you don't want to know who the cameos are, please leave. Now we are all stoked that Michael Keaton is returning as Batman, but he's not the only legacy character that appears in this movie. In a certain point in the movie, the Flash will go through the Speed Force, running through different timelines and different universes, leading to multiple cameos. When it comes to Wonder Woman, we know that Gal Gadot will be reprising her role as Wonder Woman in the movie. Apparently in the Speed Force, we'll get to see footage of Lynda Carter as Wonder Woman. And for all the Batman fans out there, we are going to get to see more than just Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton. Because within the Speed Force, we get to see Adam West as Batman. And this is where we also get to see George Clooney as Batman. Now, for Superman fans, we're going to get to see Superman in the Speed Force as well. Now, according to the leaks, there wasn't any mention of George Reeves, so not sure if he's going to be in the Speed Force, but there will definitely be a cameo of Christopher Reeve as Superman. And then, a huge shocker, but apparently Nicolas Cage will actually be Superman finally in this movie. Yes, it's just a small cameo in the Speed Force, but it's great to see that his Superman lives in the multiverse. But what about Henry Cavill? Now, Henry Cavill had shot a scene along with the Black Adam scene when he was supposed to have come back. But apparently that scene never made it into the Flash movie. Instead, they went back to his original scene that they had before he came back for reshoots. So yes, Henry Cavill is indeed in the Flash movie in the Speed Force, but apparently it's a repurposed Justice League scene. Now it's unclear whether that footage is from Zack Snyder's Justice League or Joss Whedon's Justice League. And then finally, there is a lot of speculation on whether or not Grant Gustin would return as the Flash to meet up with Ezra Miller's Flash. But according to the leaks, another character from the CW The Flash series does show up. And that person is Teddy Sears returns as the menacing Zoom in this movie. And now for the leaked final scene in this movie, which is supposed to lead into the new DC universe, or at least left ambiguous just in case that doesn't happen. Because at the very end, Barry races back to the present, but only to find himself in another universe, where he encounters a different Batman, whose face is not seen, leaving his face ambiguous. Which, if The Flash does do well at the box office and the general audience raves about it, then there is a definitely possibility later on that Batman that The Flash sees at the end of the movie could definitely be the DCU Batman from Brave and the Bold. And could also mean that Ezra Miller returns as the Flash, which apparently the director Andy Muschietti actually teased that the Flash will lead into the new DC universe if all goes well. When talking to Collider about a possible sequel, he said, "We didn't talk about it. I think that we're all waiting to see how this movie does. Of course, there's excitement about continuing the story, especially if this movie is successful. Of course, there's an architecture in DC that is brewing and it's being created. Now the question is, will this new architecture absorb this story? The good thing about the multiverse is that it is possible. The multiverse allows all of these different worlds to coexist and interact, and so, hopefully, yes. I mean, we don't know yet. That's the truth." So even with the leaks that are out now, it seems like the excitement is still on a high and people are getting ready to watch this movie in 2 months. The Flash comes out June 16th.